Kopitiam Conversations.
This is Kopitiam Conversations, and I'm your host, Winston. Joining me today is one of the youngest guests we have had on this podcast to date, Britney Pang. Britney has performed on China's Dragon TV in the all-girls singing competition, aptly called Girls Fighting, back in 2016, where she was only 15 years old, being one of only 3 Malaysians represented, and yes, she had shared the stage with Seungri, previously from the phenomenal K-pop group BIGBANG. More recently, you may have seen her on ASTRO AEC belting out some classic Chinese and English songs in Classics Alive. Good afternoon, Britney. Thanks for showing up and for appearing in Kopitiam Conversations.
Yay! It's my pleasure.
I look forward to this episode really because we have not done any episode with someone from entertainment, and I thought, why not start with you? One of the things I wanted to capture was some of the things you had done as a Chinese language entertainer / singer-songwriter, both your work in China and in Malaysia, and of course to create some understanding and awareness with our English-speaking audience. So first things first, you had some singing experience on live TV in China before. This was the program called Girls Fighting, which was recorded in 2016. What is the Chinese name for that, yeah?
加油美少女, which is fighting and then girls.
Oh, okay.
So girls fighting.
Alright, okay. So you started singing at a very young age. I mean, definitely before this program, right? You already started singing. Obviously, you're quite, good with the guitars. When I was around that age, I was only starting to learn how to play guitar. All right, and you seem to be when I watch those videos, you seem to be using chords that I don't even use when I'm 14 or 15, and I'm not even using those chords now. Okay, but probably that's lack of practice. All right. So in 2016, when you were only about 14 or 15, so your fans will start calculating your age now, you packed your bags to China to participate in China's Dragon TV competition, Girls Fighting, which was what we're talking about. Now, Tell us how you actually arrived at the audition and how were you selected for a spot in this competition?
Okay, so it was a very funny story because the directors, they actually came to Malaysia for the audition. And my friend, she was the one who found out about the audition. And then she asked if I would like to go with her, so we went. But in the end, I was the only one who was picked.
Oh, wow.
So she ajak me, but she didn't get into the competition. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, so they came, and then how soon do you have to appear over in China?
Whoa, this was a long time ago. A few months, I think, 2 or 3 months.
About 2 or 3 months preparation before they actually, okay, time to go. We're starting.
Yeah, because I went there and then we didn't start shooting immediately. There were some trainings first for I think a month or so. So I still had time to decide whether to go or not to, Yeah, so we still had a little bit of time for preparation.
Okay, so you went on your own or did your parents follow you?
So for the first 2 weeks, my mom and my sister went with me to check if everything, the environment and everything is okay.
All right.
And then, so in the end, I decided to stay. So in the end, it was me alone.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is in Beijing or in Shanghai?
Shanghai. It was
Shanghai. Okay.
Yes.
What kind of preparations you actually put in to, ready yourself for the competition that awaited you?
I mean, honestly, first the flight ticket, accommodation and everything, the organization, everything is done by them. They prepare everything.
Oh, so you didn't have to go and look for yourself, the accommodation?
No.
All right.
We stayed in a hotel, all the girls, all the contestants together.
Okay.
And there weren't a lot of preparations because the biggest thing to decide was to go or not to.
Okay.
Because my parents, they were very worried because it was my first time. I haven't even slept over at someone's house before.
Oh.
Yes,
no slumber
that's why
parties
they
and
were.
all.
No, nothing like that. That's why they were very, nervous. They didn't know if I could take care of myself in a different environment. So that was the biggest preparation.
How many songs do you have to prepare and all? Musically, how did you prepare?
No, nothing. We didn't have to prepare anything to bring over, because we will be having trainings over there. So
okay. So you grab a suitcase, your guitar. Did you even bring your guitar? You brought your guitar?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So since the flight ticket and the accommodation is pretty much covered for you by the organizers and all that, now the next question is of course about school. How did you deal with being so long away from school? I mean, how long were you in China anyways?
I think 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months? Wow.
Yes.
That's half an academic year gone.
Yes. That time I was in year 10. Yeah, year 10.
Mm-hmm.
But when deciding, I didn't even think about school, honestly. I was just like, oh, there's an opportunity for me now. Should I grab it or not? I didn't really think about, oh, can I catch up when I come back, that kind of thing. But after that, because my school wanted me to retake year 10, but my parents and I, we thought it was a waste of time. It's better to get it done as soon as possible. So I had private tutors to teach me subjects. Yeah.
Okay. An academician's greatest nightmare. You disappearing for about half a year, and it's like, okay, so what are we gonna do with Britney?
Yep. So they decided to let me retake, but I didn't want to. Yeah.
Okay. Private tutors and all. Okay. So let's talk about your time in China. Now, you were there all on your own without your parents after the first 2 weeks, right? Yeah?
Yes.
And then you were there for about 4 to 5 months, you were saying? 4 to 5 months?
Yes.
5 months, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel, being in this long stretch away from home? I mean, I'm sure you felt a certain amount of homesickness. Or were you so busy that you didn't even feel homesick at all?
Okay. So at the beginning, of course, I was homesick. And it wasn't easy at the beginning. I couldn't really adapt yet because I didn't have anyone close. Right. I didn't know anybody. I had other two Malaysians, but we didn't know each other at first.
Right.
We knew when we were there. So it's good that at least I have two Malaysians friends with me. Right. So at the beginning, it wasn't easy. But at the end, I got so busy that I didn't really have the time to think about homesick.
So at least you kept yourself pretty much occupied, or they kept you occupied, more like it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I still remember. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
There was a night when I just couldn't stop crying when my mom and my sister were still there with me. But I didn't know why I cried. I still don't know up to now. But I just kept crying. I wasn't sure why.
Were you already anticipating that they are going to be leaving you and you are preparing for the worst?
I think so. I think that could be it. I just kept crying. Even when I was bathing, I kept crying, and then I would go to their room and I slept with them for a few nights. For those few nights, when I wasn't like emotionally stable. Yeah, but I would still cry when I was there alone, when I feel ill because I'm not that independent. Right. I haven't left my parents' side before, so it wasn't easy, especially when I felt ill, or when I forgot some important things. I left it at a hotel and I didn't bring it for practice, that kind of things. Those were the tough times.
Okay, I can't imagine being 14 and 15 and away from home. Of course, during my time back then and all that, we didn't travel so far when I was 14 or 15. Well, not until China and all that. But language and all, no issue for you, right? Because
no.
Yeah.
Only the accent. That one I took some time.
Yeah, Shanghaiese are notorious for that strong accent, and very different from those that are spoken in Malaysia or even in Taiwan, right? They're very heavily accented. Now, I'm not a Mandarin speaker, but I've been told many times that this, even Malaysians struggle to sometimes try to understand and try to figure their accents out and all that.
Yes.
Okay. So even when you went there, you basically had no musical preparations. You didn't have to prepare X amount of songs before you went over there.
No.
So you went there and they basically trained you as well, right? I think that's the premise of the competition, right? You
Yes.
basically come under a mentor and they'll guide you and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
And the songs are selected by?
Actually, I think, I'm not quite sure. So I think the songs were selected by directors and then distributed to us.
Okay.
Yes.
So everything
I
means
think
you have to learn everything right there and then in X
Yes.
amount of hours and X amount of days and then straight on stage.
Yes.
Nerve-wracking.
Yes. And also for training before the shooting started, we had vocal training, we have dance classes, we even had fitness classes, and fitness was the hardest. I still remember after the first class of my fitness class,
Right?
I think I suffered for 2 weeks. I couldn't walk upstairs.
What sort of fitness did they put you through? Like what? Squats and burpees and all, is it?
A lot of that, yes. A lot of
Okay.
that. Because we had Korean teachers, I think they trained K-pop stars. Yeah, so they came they came to train us, so it was really, really tough.
I mentioned Koreans and training K-pop artists. Automatically, my heart sank. It's like, oh my goodness, you being put through this whole taekwondo kind of, military boot camp training and all. So it's like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Can't imagine. Yeah.
Fitness was the hardest.
But you were 14 or 15 back then, so I'm sure you had, a certain amount of energy that will help you recover, right?
Yep. Yes.
Wow. But couldn't walk up the stairs. Now that is quite
It was
brutal.
Yes, it was very that was my nightmare over there. lah.
Okay. And how many hours or how many days do you have in between learning the songs and performing it on stage?
This is a very good question because I can't remember.
Okay.
Honestly, when I was there preparing, I wouldn't even know if today is a Monday or if today is a Friday,
So you check
you
your
just-
calendar. Oh my goodness, it's 5 months I've been here. And okay, it's time to go home now.
Yeah, you kind of just I didn't know that time just flew. It was just so fast because you were so busy and you were so packed with practice and recording and stuff, so you just don't know.
Okay. So would you consider that living the dream because you are interested in music, you were making inroads into music at a very young age. So to a lot of people, who are into music and into entertainment, being on stage is actually a dream come true for them, right? So was it a dream for you in that way?
Definitely. It actually, it has made me more keen in like I know this is where I want to be and what I want to be in the future.
Obviously, you were living the dream, but the dream wasn't that easy because you had all these K-pop bootcamp thingy going on.
Yes.
Now, what was the hardest thing for you being in that competition? Or was it that the bootcamp training?
No lah, that one it's a part of it, but it's not the hardest. Hardest, I would say being independent. Because I really wasn't independent at all. When I was 15, I think I was 15. Because when I was 15, my mom would still wake me up for school. And I had a tough time to wake up by myself in China, in Shanghai. Yeah, it was as if my ears, they automatically censored the alarm. I just couldn't hear the alarm. And I just slept through it.
Was it because of
Sorry?
Was it because of the training and all that activities that basically when you go back to sleep, it knocks you out completely?
I'm dead. I think so. It could be part of it. Yeah.
Right.
And there was a very funny incident. I think I don't remember which episode, but towards the end, we were transferred to Sheraton Hotel. And because it was quite far away from the arena, the shooting arena,
right.
So which meant we have to wake up very early to go for the shoot and for the practice. So I requested for a wake up call.
Right.
From
the hotel.
And that morning, yes. And that morning, I actually woke up shocked because someone was trying to enter my hotel room. And luckily, I had the door chain locked.
Right.
So apparently, I slept through all of my alarms, my 3 alarms. And then I slept through the wake-up calls that the person had to came up here. I think that person, but I thought maybe I fainted or I'm just dead or something like that. That he had to come up to wake me up, you know.
Right. Wow.
That really shocked me, and my parents were like, "Were you sleeping or did you just faint or something?"
How do your parents find out about it?
I told them. I called them.
Okay. I thought they were so panicked they called your parents or something.
No. So I actually slept through that amount of alarms and the wake-up calls.
Right. So
Unbelievable.
that's the hardest part of being in a competition. Being unable to wake up. Being independent, not being able to wake up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but that was part of the thing, like, because you're not independent, so you need somebody to wake you up, and
yes,
resulted in that. Okay. I think they worked you too hard. Now, what was the most rewarding experience from this time in China?
A lot, honestly, a lot of things, like getting to know other contestants who had the same dream as me. And I think the most rewarding one will be having an idea of how people really train.
Right.
Yeah, because I would watch TV shows and I would always think like, oh, what did they do to get to the final stage? So it was always like a question mark for me. How do they train? Do they only just practice the song? Do they just practice the dance, or there were more to it? Yeah, so I think it was definitely how we were trained and what should be done in order to perform well on stage. To learn all those, to have like an insight lah.
Okay. Now, we were just talking the other day about, the K-pop artist Somi, right? And how you told me that, she is, all right? Okay, not was. She is 3 days older than you, right?
3 days, yes.
Yeah, something like that. Okay,
Yes.
I kind of remembered vaguely. So it was in 2016 that you spent your time in China when I was actually watching Produce 101 and seeing Somi for the first time, So, and there you are in the other part of Asia filming this and all that. I still remember, pick me up and all that, which I thought was like, okay, pretty cool. All right, guilty pleasure. Don't let anybody find out I'm watching this. Yeah, but I ended up owning 2 of their mini albums. Yep.
Oh!
Yeah. IOI, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you're really like a fan of Somi.
Actually, I was a fan of Sejong and Yoojung, the second and third place. Yep. I mean, Somi was she's young.
Yes.
So at that point in time, she's young, she's hot, she's so obviously, is going to be the pick from the crop. So usually I'm not really in favor of the favorites. I usually like, that whole underdog. I support the underdogs and all that sort of thing. So yeah, but you can't really say Sejong and Yoojung are underdogs as well. But but I felt that Somi was the obvious choice lah.
Yep.
Temporary segue into K-pop
Interesting.
for a moment. Okay, so talking about contestants and all, have you had the opportunity to actually catch up with your fellow contestants since then?
Not really. We would chat occasionally on WeChat, but not all of them. I think 2 or 3 of them, which who I catch up with, not the others.
What about the Malaysians? You were mentioning 2 other Malaysians.
Malaysians, yes. One of them, she's still pretty close with me. She's a singer now.
Right.
Singer in Malaysia. I don't know if you have heard of her. She's Ribbon Ui.
How do you spell her first name?
The Ribbon. RIBBON.
Okay. I may have when when I was researching you.
Yeah, we're still pretty close, but the other girl, we still talk occasionally. Instagram or just DM, yeah.
Okay, are you on the same label or something?
No.
No.
I'm not under any company
label at the moment. Okay. But I saw a music video of you at YouTube that the one you did, the eating at the cafeteria, the wiping your mouth, that one.
Wiping my mouth. Okay, that one was with my previous company. Yeah, I was signed under that label, but no longer.
Okay. Was that any result of the pandemic or anything like that?
No, it was before that.
Let's go back to something that is very close to our hearts. K-pop.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't ignore this topic. I mean, you're talking about Asian music, you definitely can't ignore this topic.
Yep.
Now, one of the, will we call this mentors or hosts for girls fighting, was none other than BIGBANG's Seungri.
我只想给你宠爱，钱算不算爱，我还搞不明白。快乐的事想跟你分享，难过想给你肩膀，第一次为一个人紧张。我好想给你宠爱，才短几个礼拜，心情坏因为你不在，有一道光暖的小爱，忍不住的小期待，因为爱。
什么现在就开始抢人啊？对啊，你着什么急啊？见到这么好的材料还不抢？非常好，非常好，你的声音非常可爱啊！可爱 ，kill me，好，可以一起来也来表达一次，一起来吗？一起来，对，冯诗梅。 加油，美少女！
If you feel like that's what you wanna do, clap along. If you feel like a room without a roof, because I'm happy. Clap along. If you feel like that's what you want.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what was it like for you meeting him in person? I think a lot of our listeners is probably going to, what, you met Seungri in person? So obviously you had the privilege that a lot of teenage girls and even guys wish they had. So tell us about your experience with Seungri.
Of course, I was excited because Big Bang was actually the first K-pop group I knew and liked. Yeah, when I was still in primary 5, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so I am, and I still will be a VIP.
Okay.
And weirdly enough, I didn't really treat him or see him like a superstar, although he is. And I think it's because he was just very friendly. He didn't. There wasn't like a big gap in between us. Yeah. So he was more like a big brother. He would joke around with us, tell us his experience being a trainee and all. And he took really, really good care of me. I think it was because he was the maknae in Big Bang as well. Yeah. The only times I really felt like, wow, he's such a superstar were during like dance practices or like recording times, because he could easily point out what should be fixed and how it could be improved.
Right.
So it was the professionalism in him during the serious moments. Yeah. So other times he would just goof around with us, and yeah, it was just really fun.
Wow. Okay. Well, all this considering that, you know, when you think about Big Bang and you think about the guy who is in charge, you don't normally think of Seungri being the guy who is, you know, pointing out, you know, mistakes or you know, pointing out opportunities for improvements and all that sort of things. You would normally associate that with G-Dragon, right? Or
yes, the leader. Yep.
And to think that, wow, you know, with his professionalism, he can still do that. It you know, speaks volumes of, you know, Big Bang's experience and expertise in the industry and all that. Any souvenirs that you took home from him?
He actually gave us face masks when we were there, like from Korea.
Okay.
Yep,
right.
Because he wanted us to take really good care of our skin. I don't remember anything else.
I wanted to say so.
I think it was only the mask.
So stereotypically Korean.
Yep. Yeah, but he did. I think for one of the episodes, he came over when he didn't have to watch us practice, and he would stay with us until midnight.
Right.
To watch our practice and to he would communicate with our teacher, our dance teacher, the Korean teacher, and let him know how would he want the stage to be.
Right.
And he would even communicate with the stylist to tell the stylist he wants us to be wearing something like this. Yeah, so he cared a lot, honestly.
Sounds like he's very invested in all of you girls. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now I guess it's a suitable time that maybe we can hear a song from you, Britney. So take it away.
Cool. So the first song I will be playing is one of the songs I actually performed during my China times at Girls Fighting.
All right.
And it's Being Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Excellent. I love it.
Oh, you watched that performance?
I watched that one, yes. I did.
Yes. But you couldn't understand, right? Because you were talking in Chinese.
They were talking in Chinese, but the song was in English, right?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that can go to space. With the end, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down, my level's too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down, I said. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down, my level's too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down, I said. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do.
First line's done!
Yeah!
Woo! It was such a long time since I played this song.
Nice. Very nice. Sounded like, 5 years ago?
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
my god. But I couldn't sing like when I was 15.
Why?
I don't know. It's different. The way I sing is different.
Actually, I prefer your voice now. Yeah, I
Is
think
it?
it's matured. It's got that, texture that, obviously a 14 or 15-year-old girl can't have.
Yeah.
lah. So I think it's aged quite beautifully, and I like that slight, a little bit husky timbre in your voice. So if nobody's signing you up, I'm probably signing you up soon. Yeah, now I know. Right. Okay, let's talk about something that is more recent, something that happened last year. Yeah.
Okay.
During the CMCO and RMCO phase last
Yep.
year, I think it was August or September, around that time, right? You were involved in ASTRO AEC's singing competition, Classics Alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you made it all the way to the finale. Now, share with us your experience on how shooting took place despite the partial lockdown back then.
Of course, we had to follow SOPs, and all the makeup and hairdo artists, the stylists, they had to have their face masks on at all times. And we contestants, we also had to wear our face masks after the makeup. So we had to do quite a number of times for touch-ups before going on stage, because you have the face mask and it would kind of smear your makeup. And we also had to get our temperatures checked before entering the building and so on. Yeah, those were probably it.
What was the premise of that competition? What were you required to do? Was it singing really classic songs?
Yes, I think songs before 19... Oh my god, I'm so forgetful. I can't remember. Songs before 1990, if I'm not mistaken.
Before
We
1990?
had to... Yes.
Right.
I think we had to pick songs before... I don't remember 1990 or 2000. It was, yeah, around there.
Probably 1990, that's why I Want to Dance with Somebody made it.
Yeah, I think probably. Yep. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's interesting that, you know, when the country is in lockdown and you're still running around with your mask and going to ASTRO and doing shoots and all that. Yeah. But how was this experience different from girls fighting? I mean, other than the putting on the mask and how was this different?
Totally different. First thing, because it happened here and I had friends together with me, so I didn't feel that alone, you know. And overall, Classics Alive was more of a relaxing and fun experience for me because, as I said, I was there alone, so it was kind of like tense in Shanghai, but here we're relaxed. And on the other side, I couldn't really focus on the competition fully because I was still in college, and that was the time where we had final assignments and exams of the semester.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bother you?
And I remember doing my revisions there while waiting for my turn to rehearse. And there was once where I got myself dressed, done with makeup and hair, everything, and I took an exam. It was your subject. I don't remember which subject, but it was, I think it's consumer behavior.
No. You did consumer behavior presentation, all fully made up. Remember? I remember.
Yes. It was the what campaign? IKEA campaign.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. That was before this exam one. So that was when I did all my makeup. I haven't changed, but I actually got my dad to drive me to another cafe because it's quieter there. Yeah, so for the presentation, and I went back to shooting.
Wow.
And then for the exam, I did the exam in the same building, in a room of the same building. And right after the test, I went on stage. And it was the I Want to Dance with Somebody song. The same day right after the exam. Yes!
I would crack up if I had to perform couple of hours after an exam. I would be going crazy, or I'll be so stressed out. How do you do it?
But honestly, I'm not sure if the audiences noticed, but I got my lyrics wrong quite a few times. Not for that song, but other songs. I just mumbled through it and I acted like nothing happened.
So it's a Chinese song lah, that's why I cannot pick it out, right?
Yeah, I think so, should be.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
I'm exposing myself right now.
Never mind. These are largely English-speaking audience. But then, okay, there's always going to be a few people who tune in here who is going to be bilingual and they'll be able to watch and, okay, this is the part where she screwed up. And
messed up.
Yeah, okay. So, enjoyed the experience much?
Yes, actually, it was a very memorable one. I remember I had to go for shooting and I was doing, I think Miss Farah's journal, and then that day was the submission day. And I had to quickly scan everything. Yeah, before going on stage, I had to quickly scan everything and then submit. Oh my god. It wasn't easy lah, but it was fun.
Okay, I can understand now why you can't wake up in the mornings. I can understand now. Do you even sleep when it's time to sleep?
I do.
Yeah, when everybody is awake and then you boom, off you go. Yeah. Now, who were your musical inspirations growing up? I hear that Taylor Swift is one of them.
Yes, Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Swift. I actually have quite a few apart from Taylor Swift, because there's different things I admire in different artists. So, for example, Taylor Swift, because she's actually one of the reasons I picked up guitar. Yeah, I liked her since primary school, and I loved her more after the Red concert in KL, which I went.
Okay. You went for the Red concert in KL. Wow.
Yes. Yep. And Michael Jackson, for sure.
Oh, okay.
The king of pop. Yeah, I actually didn't really know him when I was younger. But when he passed on during my primary school times, I think I was at 3 or somewhere around there, then I began checking this huge star out. Yeah. And I was very overwhelmed with his songs, his voice, his dance, and his charisma on stage.
Yeah. I think a lot of pop artists definitely look up to, Michael Jackson as, the template, the icon that, the benchmark, right? If you want to do well, this is the guy that you pitch yourself against. And everybody's everybody's definitely not going to be able to reach that lofty standards of course.
Yeah. There is also Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Yes, I really like his music even until now. Honestly, a lot of songs. Like from last time, from Baby song.
Okay.
I don't know, but I still like it now.
Okay. Okay, this is your show, so okay, cool, sure. I'll be very diplomatic about this. Okay, sure. I respect your choices. Yep.
Yeah. And I was also influenced by the K-pop, right?
Oh, which one?
G-Dragon.
Yeah, Big Bang.
All-time favorite. G-Dragon is my all-time favorite. In my opinion, okay, I think he is one of the most charismatic artists in the industry. Because he himself, he is the brand. I just really love how he could totally change whenever he's on stage and performing a song.
Right.
Yeah, that one is definitely, I love G-Dragon.
Okay.
And also, I have one, Jackie Chung. Do you know?
Chung Hok Yao, yep.
Yes! Yeah. Okay, this is quite a funny story as well. When I was younger, my parents wanted to bring my sister and I to his concert in Malaysia, and we refused. We were saying like, yeah, because I didn't really know him at that point of time.
It was just another uncle, is it?
Exactly. We thought he's a singer for the older generation.
No. Okay.
But in the end, we went.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was mind blowing.
Yep. Truth be told, he was one of my inspirations growing up as well. Even for a non-Cantonese / Mandarin speaker like myself. But there was one phase in my life. I think it was 94, 95. Okay, don't calculate how far back. I think that's a very long time. There was a phase that actually bought Chinese albums. Right, of course, it started with Beyond because Beyond's a rock band. I'm a rock fan, and then after that, I started buying Faye Wong. I started buying Jackie Cheung. I started buying Sandy Lam. Oh my gosh, what's happening to me? I'm a banana and I am buying Chinese albums. But those albums were good, They had certain standard to it.
Yes. And after that concert, we loved it so much that we actually flew all the way to Hong Kong for the same tour.
Really?
Yes.
Couldn't you wait until he came back to Genting Highlands or something like that?
Oh my god, he was 50 at that time, but his voice, 100%.
Yep.
And it's his persistence and hard work.
Oh yeah.
To surprise the fans every time we see him. Yeah, salute.
Yep. Definitely the best singer of the say Tai Tin Wong. Alright? The best singer.
Yes.
I didn't say the best looking. Best looking is arguably at this point in time is definitely Aaron Kwok lah. Alright? I mean, how can you look like that at that age? You got to be a vampire.
Andy Lau too.
Yeah, but Andy Lau, you can see that the age is wearing in on him. Yeah. What was it again? Ogawa, is it? What was he endorsing or something like that? Yeah, that shows his age lah, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, this podcast is not supposed to trash talk other people, but yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. What about albums? What albums had big impact on you?
What albums?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not an album collector. The first album I've ever bought was Taylor Swift's 1989.
1989. That was the one immediately before Red, right? Was it?
Yes.
No, immediately after. Sorry.
After. Yes, after. So right immediately after the concert, I was starstruck.
Oh, here's a secret. I actually have a 1989 album. Yeah, I actually do. I played the first song and like, hey, why so weird one? Welcome to New York.
Welcome to.
Why so weird? This is not Taylor Swift, is it? And then after that, as you know, you play the album a little bit more, then you hear the style.
Blank space. Yeah.
Blank space, and of course, Shake It Off, right?
Yes. But I told you before, right? I actually prefer her music before, like the earlier music.
The acoustic guitar strumming,
yes,
crossover country pop kind,
yes.
Hence the Taylor guitar. Yeah. I can imagine it's more suited to your style. In fact, I think I'm not too sure I'm not too sure, and I don't know whether it's offensive to say this, but I think that I can see that the old Taylor Swift is a major inspiration on your music. Now let's talk about songwriting.
Okay.
When was the last time you wrote a song?
I think it was right before my grandpa's passed. Which was I think was it a month ago? Probably, it wasn't a really long time ago. It was this year, definitely, but I think last month. Yeah, he passed on last month. So it's a Chinese song. Thank you. And it's about growing up. Like you have to meet all the difficulties and the things that do not turn out the way you wanted, and having responsibilities, heartbreak, and so on. Yeah.
So as a songwriter, do you normally write the lyrics first or the music first?
It actually depends. Sometimes the lyrics would come first, but sometimes the melody would come first. So I used to only compose with a set of chords. Like this is the chord progression, and I will only create a melody out of it and then fill the lyrics. But I stopped doing that because it was like a box where ideas were only generated inside the box, but not anywhere outside. So there were restrictions lah. So, and I think songwriting shouldn't be there shouldn't be any restrictions for songwriting. So I didn't do that anymore, and now it's basically just I usually this is my weird part. The ideas usually come when I'm bathing.
Okay.
I think that's because I feel most relaxed. Yeah, so the ideas will come when I'm bathing, and usually for me, it will be the melody first. Unless I have something like a theme that I really want to talk about, then the lyrics will come first.
So that song that you were mentioning about, the one that you wrote just before your grandfather passed and all that, did that came as a result of the music first or the lyrics first?
It was the lyrics first.
I can imagine.
At that time, I felt like there was something really heavy and suffocating, and I just had to let it out. So the lyrics came first, and then the melody came.
Any plans to write more songs in the near future? Maybe tomorrow? Maybe end of this week?
Of course, I think this is something that I have to train myself, because I only write when ideas come, which I don't think it's a good practice. I should really practice and write maybe one per week. Yeah, that's something I probably should do, and I will definitely think about it.
Yeah, but people like listening to covers, and I especially like listening to your interpretation of cover songs of pop hits and all that. Okay, I actually enjoy listening to just bare bones, just your voice and the guitar. I actually enjoy that because you interpret it very clearly. Okay, you articulate your words very well, and you emote your songs. So actually, to be fair, I actually like how you render these songs. All right, and I think there's a certain familiarity among pop songs when you are playing these covers, because people know these songs, right? They're popular songs, so people know these songs and they connect immediately. But when you're writing your original songs, people may take some time to warm up, or they might not, intentionally search for, your own original songs and all that, right? Okay? Yeah. But of course, as I said, songwriting is definitely an outlet for you, I suppose. Yeah, and the thing is, it speaks of what is on your head, and also very often it articulates what's in your heart. Right?
Yes.
Oh, did I just say that? Wow, so cool.
Oh.
I should be a poet. Okay. Okay. So other than the topic of love and relationships, what other topics would you be interested to explore in your songs?
All kinds of topics. It can be anything. Yeah, I should still explore. Yeah, there are still a lot for me to explore. I actually wrote a song once before to express my feelings and thoughts of the tense situation, the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, at that time. And I posted it on Instagram, and I've also written about chasing your dreams. I've also written a short song for my mom to apologize for something I did.
Oh my goodness, you are so sensitive. Oh my goodness. little things like that, and you you find creative outlet, to express all this, which, wow, excellent.
but in the end, I didn't play it for my mom. I just kept it for myself.
Are you too embarrassed, or suddenly when you want to play a time you can't articulate it?
No, I'm not gonna show her. No.
Well, you can always play here as an outtake later, and I can always, she don't want me to show you this because she's a bit embarrassed, but yeah, here's the link, come and watch this podcast. No? Not at all? Okay, I won't embarrass you then. Okay. Right. Now, clearly you started music at a very young age. So, and a lot of young musicians, probably, kids in their, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? Aspire to be musicians. Okay. So what advice would you give these young musicians wanting to get started in their music career? Are there any skills to develop or any equipment that they need to invest in? Any advice for that?
Okay, first, I don't think I'm the right fit for giving advice because I haven't been through a lot myself. But if you were to ask me, apart from the technical stuff, I think it may sound cliche, but be honest to your heart. Like, if you like it, you like it. Don't do it for the sake of fame, to look cool, or to show off, or anything like that. Yeah. And it is not an easy path, especially in Malaysia, to be honest.
Right.
But all paths are difficult. Everyone outside, they have obstacles to overcome, and whenever you encounter hard times or when you feel lost, I think it's healthier to take a break and communicate with yourself and remind yourself why you started doing music in the first place.
Right.
Yep. So if you were to say about should you learn like a musical instrument or should you learn to sing, I think follow your heart. If you like it, you will learn it, But if you are just being forced, like I was forced by my mom to learn classical piano, I actually took up to grade 7, but until now, I really cannot play anything at all.
You and I both. I didn't last.
Really?
I didn't last. Have you heard of Winston the pianist? I didn't last even at half as long as you. I think I gave up piano when I was practical grade 3, and theory grade 5. Theory was a bit better not because I love music so much or I love to, write songs or anything like that, but it was a matter of mathematics for me. Okay, so it's 3/4. So this quaver. Okay, that's 3/4. Then done. Okay, end on a root note. Okay, that's it. Okay, do we crescendo here? Okay, so it was just a matter of, I'll say manipulating the numbers and all, and just show, okay, so I've written a song, right? This is music theory. But you ask me to play, it's like, oh, okay, how do I play this particular scale, and okay, if I'm playing this scale, this finger goes under this finger, but this one remains the same. And when do I
you
flip
had to
over?
follow.
Coordination.
Yeah. I was very bad in practical as well. I was better in theory.
Mhm.
Yep. But I also took theory up to grade 5 and practical until grade 7 because my teacher, she wanted me to go straight for theory grade 8, but I stopped.
No.
Yeah, I just stopped. I think I enjoy playing while singing, but not the runs, not the classical side. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be classically trained. It's something else. I couldn't do it.
I mean, if I know if I practice, I can do it. Like proudly saying this, for grade 7, I actually got distinction.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
I can't even get distinction at grade 2, grade 3. Yeah, but okay, that goes without saying. Like, I hardly practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know if I practice, I can definitely do it, but I don't like it that much. So yeah, I decided to stop. But someday, who knows? Maybe some years later, I may like it again and I may go for grade 8.
As long as there's no exams between me and playing, I think that should be fine, right? Just teach me music for the love of music. Forget about the theory. Forget about me sitting for exams, and I will try my best to appreciate music enough to do it. And I probably might be able to. Yeah, but if you ask me to, okay, this is what you need to do. The target, okay, you have to, okay, learn these 3 songs, go to a hotel, go into a room, play the song, and then after that, go to some school and sit for your theory exams. No, I think it's, yeah, as an academician, I wouldn't even want to do that. So how old were you when you switched over to guitar?
I didn't switch. There was a time where I learned both at the same time.
Okay. Right. For me, it was really like a switch. Yeah.
Guitar was... piano was definitely earlier. Piano was around probably when I was 8 or 9, I think I started. And then guitar was a bit later, until secondary, I think, secondary school.
Right. Okay. Okay, let's talk about your immediate future. More recently, you have completed your diploma in marketing and advertising. What's next on the horizon for you? Is it more studying in the immediate future? Or is this your golden opportunity now to focus on your music?
Yeah, the second, definitely. I wish to take some time, take a break to explore more on music. And then I'm not sure if I will further study, but yeah, that one is, I don't know. It's an unknown for now. I just want to focus on doing music first. Yeah. Right. I want to explore more, like into music production, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those elaborate softwares like Ableton Live or something like that installed?
I'm actually using Studio One.
Studio One. Okay, all right.
Yes, and I'm earning now for an upgrade.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So how much did that set you back by? I mean, all these programs, songwriting programs and all, music production programs, they don't come cheap lah.
Yep.
So I'm sure it set you back quite a fair bit, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So what do? You plug into
It took me so long to really think about it. Should I upgrade or not? It's not cheap though.
Yeah. So you had to buy one of those direct input and connect it to you're connected via USB to your what's that? Scarlett 2i2.
The audio interface, yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are about reaching the end of our podcast, but yes, more songs.
All I need's a little love in my life. All I need's a little love in the dark. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. I need a little loving tonight. Hold me so I'm not falling apart. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. Yeah. shotgun aimed at my heart. You got one, tear me apart and then some. How do we call this love? Whoa, oh, oh. I tried to run away, but your eyes tell me to stay. Oh, why? Why do we call this love? Whoa, oh, oh. It seems like we've been losing control. Somebody tell me I'm not alone when I say all I need's a little love in my life. All I need's a little love in the dark. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. I need a little love in my life. Hold me so I'm not falling apart. A little, but I'm hoping it might kickstart me and my broken heart. Whoa, whoa, me and my broken heart. Whoa, whoa, me and my broken heart.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Britney Pang. One last song for me, please.
Do you want to introduce the next song?
Oh, so we're playing that song.
Of course! I mean,
Yay! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on Britney's next single. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you Britney Pang with Oceans.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, an ocean's deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed, and you won't start now. Spirit led, beware my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit led, beware my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Woo! Love it, love it, love it. So much feels.
Woo!
Excellent, Britney. So on. so energized. Wow, I'm so much feels. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Britney, and thank you so much, Britney, for appearing in today's episode of the podcast. And I'm so appreciative that you took the time here to play for us 3 songs. So
Yay.
excellent.
Thank you also, Mr. Vincent.